Morning, everybody. It's Tuesday morning, April 14th. Hope everybody's doing well. I want to show you guys this morning how to solve degree 2 inequality. Degree 1 inequalities are pretty easy. Degree 2 inequalities, not too many people have seen, so here's how you do it. You want everything to one side, and I always want my highest exponent term to be positive. It is positive over here, so I'm moving everything to the left. Change sides, change signs. So now I have x squared minus 1x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. It's a trinomial. None of the terms can be combined together, so we're going to see if it will factor, and it probably does. X, constant on the end is negative, one of each sign. Middle term is negative. The only thing that multiplies the two is 1 and 2. And since the middle term is negative, the larger number 2 needs to go beside the minus. So the 2 needs to go here, and the 1 needs to go here. So this is how she factors to make sure that works. Inside times inside is 1x, outside times outside is negative 2x. Yes, that gives us negative 1x, our middle term. So that's how she factors. You set each factor equal to 0 to get your critical numbers. So the critical numbers here are negative 1 and 2. The critical numbers will always be involved in the answers. We have two critical numbers, so that sets up, this isn't an equation though that we're solving, it's an inequality. So we have to test these critical numbers out on all sides of the critical numbers to see where this holds true. So put the smaller number on the left, put the bigger number on the right. This is our testing area. What am I going to test that's less than negative 1? Well, I'm going to test negative 2. What number am I going to test that's between negative 1 and 2? 0. And a number I need to test that's bigger than 2 would be 3. These critical numbers will be involved in the answer. Our testing numbers will not, but they'll tell us what the answer needs to be. So I'm going to test negative 2. You can either put it in right here or right here. It doesn't matter. I'm going to put it in right here. So I'm going to put negative 2 in for x and see if I get a true statement or a false statement. So if I put a negative 2 in right here, and I do my math, negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 1 times negative 2 is a positive 2. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. I get 4 is greater than or equal to 0. Well, 4 is greater than or equal to 0, so I put a big yes over here. Whenever we test 0, so in other words, that holds true. Whenever we put 0 in here, I have 0 squared, and I do my math. Well, 0 squared is 0. 0 times anything is 0. So I have 0 minus 2, which is negative 2. I get negative 2 is greater than or equal to 0. Well, is negative 2 greater than or equal to 0? No. So it goes no in the middle. And then 3, when I test 3, plug 3 in for there. 3 squared. And I do my math. 3 squared is 9 minus 3 minus 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 2 is 4. 4 is greater than or equal to 0, so I get yes. And whenever you do problems like this, it will alternate. So in other words, it will go either yes, no, yes, or it will go no, yes, no, as far as your answer if you do everything correctly. So the answer to this problem, put in interval notation, I have yes, no, yes. So the answer is from negative infinity to negative 1. And notice the inequality has a bar underneath of it. That means it can equal our critical numbers. So I put a bracket. because a bracket means the same thing as a closed circle, means -1 can be included in our answer. And then the union symbol takes care of the word or what? From 2 to infinity. So in other words, what I'm saying is as long as we plug in a number that is -1 or smaller into this problem, it will hold true. Or as long as we plug in a number that is 2, all the way to, to infinity, 2 or bigger, it will hold true. The only numbers in the world that will not satisfy this inequality, this problem that we started with, are the numbers that are between, why do I have that? That are between -1 and 2. Those are the only numbers in the world that won't satisfy this problem. So that's the answer to this problem. And as I said, your critical numbers will always be involved in your answer. Your testing numbers will help you find the answer, but your testing numbers that you test will never, be in your answer. Critical numbers will.